Yo guys, and welcome! The ARK Genesis trailer finally launched last night, and a bunch of you were asking me for my thoughts and opinions, so here we go. Now of course there are going to be spoilers in this video for Extinction and Genesis, so please be warned. So, the trailer itself, right, my first impressions. We watched it together on stream, and I have to admit it was really brief. I liked it, and I absolutely adore this game, so at the end of the day, whatever's happening, I've already bought it because I know I'm going to play it. But the trailer was really brief, and I gotta say, I did actually feel a little bit disappointed. That being said though, the more I thought about it, the more I really do look forward to certain things and the way that everything pans out. Now, please bear in mind this is not going to be a speculation video. I simply don't know that much about the lore to go into speculation, and let's face it, there are other channels that do that already. I'm sure Insomnia has already tackled all of it. But that being said though, one thing of note is that at the end of Extinction, when you kill the King Titan and Helena reveals herself to you, she explains about how the element is being slowly purged away from the planet, how all the arcs have returned back down, and of course we get the voice file of Rockwell. Which really suggested that he is going to be back and play another part, especially if Rockwell's returned. That means Aberration crashed down as well, which would make sense if all the arcs returned, and therefore there'd be this large source of polluted, or no, more like unrefined raw element out there. So that's got some interesting implications. But what's really interesting in particular was that wasn't tackled at all in the Genesis trailer. We were all so sure that we'll be on Earth, we'll be seeing Rockwell and such, but Helena states that we are going somewhere that she cannot reach.
I cannot follow, and your path leads beyond my reach.
Now, if we look at Helena herself, she is this really awesome looking, cybernetic, ghostly apparition. I really don't know what to call her. It's like she's become one with the network herself, with the ARK network. So, if she says that we are going somewhere that she cannot follow us, then that really suggests that we are going outside of the ARK network. So we're not going to be on Earth, we're not going to be in various different arcs teleporting around. It sounds like we're going elsewhere. And that does, have some very, very interesting repercussions. Now, like I said, I'm not that informed of lore, so I really can't sit here and make, guesses and such. I just think it's very interesting, and I really, really want to hear more about that, because that does allude to something very interesting. Are we talking about different planets? Are we talking about different realms and realities? Is it actually different arcs and we're just miswording it or misunderstanding it? I don't know, but it is very interesting. That being said, however, so she says that she can't come with us, but then she pours herself into the little companion that we see in the trailer and that we have as a, early access little companion thing in-game right now as part of the season pass. Now, one thing that I immediately picked up on, this might just be nitpicking, but her entire demeanour and her characteristics appear to have changed when she went into the little, we'll just call it companion cube, when she went into the little companion cube thing. So throughout the entire Extinction Chronicles event, where we had the various notes, which I can only assume were from her, and of course in Extinction itself, the final trailer, she sounds so mysterious, so enlightened. She sounds like she knows exactly, in fact when you go look at the notes, she does know what's going on, everything was planned. And she was speaking to us specifically, that's the way everything was, worded, etc, etc. So she really is like this kind of divine part of the network. But then, like I said, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but as soon as she got poured into the little companion cube and we're jumping around the different environments, I don't know man, she just sounds really casual all of a sudden.
Apparently they're starting now. Maybe not this one first. Hang on. Oh, how cute. Don't eat that.
She doesn't sound so divine and enlightened, she just sounds really casual and human, which isn't a bad thing, but it does kind of break the immersion and break the feel a little bit. Like I said, I just thought it was very, very odd. But, guys, of course, all of that aside though, probably the most exciting part of the trailer were the new creatures. There are 3 new creatures announced, 2 of them are in the trailer, one of them is on the Steam page right now. We have the Siege Engine Fire Lizard, we have Tiny, the Shapeshifter, and we have the Great Sea Turtle. So these are going to be very interesting. They look awesome. All these creatures look really, really cool. The sea turtle's a bit disturbing, but the other creatures, they look really, really awesome. We've got some awesome potential. Now, like I said earlier, spoilers. It was mentioned during the dev discussion after the trailer launched that the fire lizard is going to be some sort of large siege engine creature. The first siege engine, they said. So what does that mean about the Titan or the Titanosaur? It's quite interesting, isn't it? It was described that the fire lizard will be able to shoot fire projectiles and it can create some kind of fire shield. So I gotta say, simply put, I am so excited to see what that means, and my god, I cannot wait to see how you tame it. I also can't wait to see that giant lava area. I mean, that biome looked amazing. It does make me wonder though, is it the same environment as where the dragon is? Because that dragon's got like a big scary volcano as well. Are we in the same realm, or is it a different area entirely? Does make you wonder. The same goes for Tiny the shapeshifter, also in an icy snowy area, which again, Megapithecus, could be the case, could be connected, probably not, could just be coincidence, because it is of course the more extreme of the elements, and elements do seem to play a part. At least they did in the teasers running up to the Genesis trailer, where the little portal thing at the end that was showing the various elements and the various, portal locations. But mainly, yes, when it comes to Tiny itself, so Tiny is a shapeshifter, starts off as a shoulder pet, you feed it elements and it will enrage and shapeshift into this much larger hulking beast that you can ride. Two things. First of all, that sounds freaking amazing, especially for caving. That's just going to be so cool. I hope the change can be reversed. I hope that it's very much a back and forth thing. It does make me wonder how breeding would go down, but moving on from that though. In terms of PvE, that sounds like it's got some really exciting potential. And the second point is modding potential. If that kind of tech is going to be in the game, the ability to shapeshift, it would be a lot of work. I fear what modelers will have to go through, but do imagine what modders out there could create with that kind of tech. I am very excited to see that expanded upon. Not only that, but what other creatures can shapeshift as well. I severely hope that we're going to get more than just the one shapeshifter, especially because we seem to be going into these different environments. I really hope that we get more than just 5 creatures, because these other environments, they should have a lot of creatures involved. I mean, even if it's like a corrupted version, like a fiery version of a Rex, even that would be pretty cool, to be honest. Imagine it's some kind of vanilla magma Rex or something like that. And of course, the final creature, which was not shown in the trailer, surprisingly, but it was showed off in the screenshots for the Steam page, is the Great Sea Turtle, which is a mobile base. It was described by the devs that this will have like a large oxygen bubble around the turtle, so you can go underwater in your building and be perfectly fine. Resources would also grow on the back of the turtle. And so by the sounds of it, this is the true sea titan that we expected. When the lead Sixus was first introduced, it was described as like the sea titanosaur. Didn't turn out to be the case in the end. It was actually very disappointing. But it's cool to see we've got a new one here. However, speaking of the lead Sixus, I do have to wonder, is that going to attack the turtle? I mean, the turtle is a really large creature. In theory, just like the titanosaur, it should be left alone. But I really fear the way it's going to behave in the water, because the ocean is... The ocean is just an absolute lost cause. Anything exciting that goes on there is just completely ruined normally, especially by the AI of the ocean. Because any creature you bring into the ocean, normally everything else will attack you. And to have this mobile base constantly getting attacked would really suck. In particular, if it was to get attacked by mosasaurs, or hell, even a Tuso. As Tusos can carry alpha mosasaurs. Imagine if it can carry the turtle. Or again, like I said, if a lead Sixus comes over and crashes into it. I feel like all these things would really ruin the aesthetic. It would ruin the entire point of this giant mobile base if it's just that vulnerable to being attacked. Even if it survives, even if it takes very little damage, or if your buildings are safe and so on. I really think it would really detract away from the feature and just make it seem very pointless in the end. So I am really concerned. On that note, I am concerned about the other creatures as well. As much as I really look forward to seeing the fire lizard and Tiny the shapeshifter, these creatures look really awesome. But in my opinion, as much as I liked Extinction, it failed horribly in terms of the creatures. Creatures like the Managarm and the Snow Owl, they were really cool, but they got nerfed to the ground. They were just nerfed so much to the point of becoming absolutely useless. Now, they may have been nerfed for PvP reasons, or maybe something else, so on, I don't know. but the point is that they just kind of lost any attraction they had. The creatures introduced in Extinction were already useless for boss battles, they weren't good for the Titans, they weren't good for really anything, to be honest. I suppose orbital supply drops were about the only thing, and of course PvP, but their nerfs made them so useless for PvP that they also became useless for the orbital supply drops. And in the end, all these new additions were just completely pointless, and I really worry that Wildcard will make the same mistake of these creatures. I really hope they don't, because things like the Shapeshifter and the Fire Lizard. Alright, the Fire Lizard is a siege engine. It's probably going to be a PvP focused creature. I can't really imagine how it would be used in PvE. Although then again, with the introduction of orbital supply drops, it does make you wonder what sort of PvE activities they'll introduce in Genesis. It was mentioned about how Helena, the companion, would give you quests and such, so we'll have to wait and see. But as I said, I am very concerned about balance, and I just really hope they don't make the same mistake again. But moving on from that, there's one additional thing that we can spot in the trailer, and that is the energy fist blades that the survivor strikes the shapeshifter with. And that, I gotta say, looks really cool. I missed it the first time, but upon seeing it the second time, it looks really cool. And it has a very different texture than all the other tech weaponry currently, so to me it has like a bit of a refined or purified texture. Maybe the technology is just, you know, more enhanced or better, maybe it's a different type of element, because after all, we have things like element ore, liquid element, we got the little element slabs, the element shards, and element dust. Element clearly comes in all shapes and sizes and all different forms, so I wouldn't be too far out to think that there could be another type of element, or perhaps the survivor figures out how to refine it, maybe even purify it in some way. I don't know, but either way the energy blades, like I said, look different, and it does make me very interested to see what other type of tools and weaponry that we may encounter in Genesis. One thing I personally would really love to see is some kind of harvesting tool. I know that sounds really boring, but god damn it, give us something please. We have no harvesting tools outside of metal and dinosaurs. Come on, give me an element powered drill, it's about damn time, please. So the last thing that we see in the trailer is the little companion herself, Helena. So I've seen so much mixed feedback on this one. This is my opinion, okay? When it comes to the companion, she is a little bonus extra that you get from buying the season pass for the DLC in 2019 and 2020, Genesis Part 1 and Genesis Part 2. And you get Helena as a pet as well, which sounds kind of odd. But, so her herself doesn't really have that much to offer currently. She provides a little light source, you can colour her and you can emote at her. Me personally, that's really not my thing. I'd like something more sustenance. I'd like a companion that actually does something in-game, even if it just makes a warning sound if something is coming over to attack. Just something like that, but I am treating it purely as a bonus. Don't buy the season pass to get the pet. That is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. That's really daft. No, buy the season pass to get the DLC themselves, consider the companion as a bonus, and I think you'll get to enjoy the charm a little bit more. As at the end of the day, currently that's all she is a little cosmetic bit of charm. It's funny, it's cute, I like it. I'm not really that impressed, but I like it. But I really look forward to seeing what part that she has to play in Genesis itself, as it was claimed that she'd be given quests and missions, and have some commentary in regards to the environment and maybe some creatures. So that, I hope, is going to be really cool. I really look forward to it. We just gotta wait and see. But I think that's pretty much the entirety of the Genesis reveal discussed so far. Like I said, we're not really getting into speculation, more like just first impressions and thoughts. And unfortunately, there wasn't really that much revealed. Like I said, it did feel really brief, so I'm hoping that we just simply see more soon. It is due for December 2019, so there should be quite a bit of teasing left to do, I hope. But yeah, as I said guys, I really cannot wait. Personally, I am really excited. I might have my apprehensions and I might have my concerns in a couple of things here and there, but at the end of the day, I really and truly love this game and I know I'm going to enjoy it regardless when it comes out. So guys, that is my thoughts currently. If you would like to hear any more thoughts and opinions when any more information is released, let me know. I'd be happy to do so long as you guys enjoy it or are interested in it. So please let me know. The feedback always really helps. And of course, guys, give me your feedback. It's all well and good that I might enjoy it or I might have my concerns and such. Tell me about yours. I'd like to hear yours as well. At the end of the day, I'm always a big fan of discussion and sharing opinions, so please do feel free. As always guys, thank you very much for listening and I'll catch you later. Enjoy.